The British Empire, a name that once echoed through the corridors of power, symbolized an era of unprecedented expansion and influence. It was a time when the sun never set on British territories, a testament to its vast reach and control. The British Empire was once a colossus. Its military might was unparalleled, with soldiers marching in unison and naval ships patrolling the seas, ensuring the empire's dominance over global trade routes and strategic locations. It stretched across the globe. From the Americas to the far reaches of Asia, the British Empire's territories were vast and diverse, each contributing to the empire's wealth and power. At its peak, it ruled over a quarter of the world's population. This immense population under British rule was a source of both strength and complexity, as the empire had to manage a multitude of cultures, languages and traditions. This vast domain included lands in every continent, from North America to Australia, Asia to Africa. Each region had its own unique relationship with the empire, shaped by local conditions and the overarching policies of British governance. The story of the British Empire is one of transformation, from humble beginnings to a global powerhouse. The British Empire did not emerge overnight. It was a gradual process marked by strategic decisions and opportunistic expansions. It grew gradually, driven by a combination of factors, including economic ambitions, political maneuvers, and military conquests. Trade played a key role in its early expansion. The British were adept traders, seeking new markets and resources to fuel their burgeoning economy. The British sought new markets for their manufactured goods. The Industrial Revolution had created a surplus of products that needed buyers. They also sought raw materials such as cotton, tea and timber to fuel their growing industries. These resources were essential for maintaining their economic dominance. This economic ambition, coupled with military might, fueled the empire's relentless expansion. The British military was a formidable force, capable of subduing resistance and securing new territories. The British justified their actions with a sense of superiority. They believed in the righteousness of their cause and the benefits of their rule. They believed in their own civilization and saw it as their duty to spread it to the world. This sense of mission was often couched in terms of bringing progress and enlightenment to lesser cultures. This paternalistic attitude, combined with racial prejudice, led to the exploitation and subjugation of millions. The legacy of the British Empire is a complex one, marked by both advancements and atrocities. The administrative systems they put in place were designed to extract maximum benefit for the empire, often at the expense of local populations. Over time, resistance grew. Colonized peoples began to demand their rights and independence, leading to a wave of decolonization in the 20th century. Today, the remnants of the British Empire can still be seen in the cultural, political and economic landscapes of former colonies. The impact of this era continues to shape our world. The dark side of dominance, exploitation and violence. This chapter delves into the grim realities that underpinned the British Empire's expansion and control over vast territories. The British Empire's rise was built on the backs of the oppressed. The grandeur of its architecture and the sophistication of its governance masked the suffering of millions. Millions were exploited for their labor and resources. The colonies were seen as treasure troves, their wealth extracted to fuel the empire's growth. The transatlantic slave trade, a horrific chapter in human history, saw millions of Africans forcibly transported to the Americas to work on British plantations. Families were torn apart, cultures were decimated, and the human cost was immeasurable. In India, the British implemented policies that devastated local industries. The once thriving textile industry, known for its fine craftsmanship, was systematically dismantled. They imposed heavy taxes on Indian textiles, crippling the once thriving industry. The economic policies were designed to benefit British manufacturers at the expense of Indian artisans. They forced Indian farmers to grow cash crops like cotton, leading to food shortages and famines. The focus on cash crops meant that less land was available for growing food, exacerbating hunger and poverty. The wealth of India was siphoned off to Britain, enriching the empire while impoverishing its subjects. The riches of the subcontinent were used to build grand structures and fund wars, leaving the local population in dire straits. Resistance to British rule was met with brutal force. Any attempt to challenge the authority of the empire was swiftly and ruthlessly suppressed. Uprisings and rebellions were ruthlessly crushed. The empire's military might was used to maintain control, often with devastating consequences for the local population. The 1857 Indian Rebellion, sparked by a mutiny among Indian soldiers, was put down with extreme violence. The aftermath saw widespread reprisals and a tightening of British control. The British government took direct control of India, further tightening its grip on the subcontinent. The administration was restructured to ensure that such a rebellion could never happen again. The British Empire's legacy is one of both progress and pain. While it brought advancements in infrastructure, education and governance to some parts of the world, these came at a tremendous human cost. While it brought advancements in infrastructure, education and governance to some parts of the world, it did so at a tremendous human cost. The benefits were often unevenly distributed, with the colonizers reaping the rewards, while the colonized bore the burdens. Its history is a stark reminder that power, if not tempered by justice and compassion, can be a destructive force. The story of the British Empire is a complex one, marked by both achievements and atrocities, and serves as a cautionary tale for future generations.